BioNano Genomics was this close to being kicked off the NASDAQ for not maintaining the $1 share price that the NASDAQ requires. It just got approved for a 180-day extension, and ever since then, the stock price has absolutely exploded, up over 700% in just a few days. We can even see here that the trading volume is up considerably than what the normal average is. I have a feeling they won't be needing to be asking for any more extensions anytime soon. Now, what caused this sudden uproar? Well, the good folks at BNGO found that like button and subscribed to the channel and continued for great content. In addition to that, BNGO shared last Monday that the company has actually been accredited in the US by the College of American Pathologists for its genome mapping platform, Sapphire. Getting the leading organization of board-certified pathologists to accredit your work is huge. I mean, if you had to get surgery, would you want someone who calls themselves a doctor, like Dr. J or Dr. Dre, or someone who's actually passed years of schooling from an accredited medical school and passed the board-certified examinations to be doing surgery on you? So this is big news and a huge buy rating shift from a popular analyst sent shares soaring. Now, it should be noted this is not yet FDA approved, not just yet. But before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's figure out what this company even does and their goals. BioNano Genomics is a biotech company that specializes in genome analysis. They're trying to use artificial intelligence to find out what lies within the human genome, which, with their Sapphire product, can actually detect neurodevelopmental diseases prior to a patient actually exhibiting any symptoms. This is done by mapping the individual's gene sequence, which, remember, we previously discussed has now been accredited. Without getting all AP Bio on all of you, basically this is a tool that could potentially identify future health concerns, which could then be treated at an earlier stage of life before it's too late. I remember my science teacher always told me that DNA and genes are basically a blueprint of life for your body. And now it might be the blueprint for riches. A top analyst, Jason McCarthy, now thinks BioNano Sapphire could impact the digital cytogenics landscape by making it less labor and time sensitive, which is essential in reducing costs and thus making it much more efficient. One of its competitors in this space, PacBio, only had 72% of the detection rate of the difficult-to-sequence mutations compared to Sapphire. These structural variants, or SVs, are important in understanding and diagnosing conditions within rare diseases, heredity diseases, predisposition, and neurology. And PacBio is already an ARK Invest stock, which means when Kathy Wood and her team buy something, it's definitely worth taking a closer look. ARK believes the more data that PacBio can gather will lead to cheaper unit costs. This is going to cut down the cost of data storage as well as save on time to do the downstream analysis. PacBio does more looking at each individual part, while BNGO looks at the bigger picture, meaning their products are probably more complementary to one another rather than being direct competitors. Right now it's mostly individual investors doing the buying of BNGO stock, but you can imagine the rise in share price if more and more institutions start flowing in money. And then if ARK actually adds this to their portfolio, which to me, this definitely meets the disruptive innovation technology criteria, the floodwaters will certainly pour in, and I can see the stock really rocket from its current under 500 million market cap. Kathy Woods was asked what she is most bullish about in the future, and her response was the genomics sector. This is a stock that actually does a lot of good for the world. It's not another one of those, hey, this has something to do with EVs, so let me just throw half my portfolio into it. If we're able to detect and treat diseases and illnesses before they happen, think about how many years of life that could possibly add to somebody's lifespan. If we look at their financial statements for a couple of years, we can see that their revenue is in an upwards trajectory, but this is a company that's far from making a profit. It only makes a few $1 million a year in revenue, but everything we're pricing into the hype for this stock is what they will be doing for us in the future, not what they have done for us lately. Their balance sheet actually looks pretty solid for a company of this size, with a current ratio of 1.18. This measures how a company is able to meet its short-term obligations. Usually anything over 1 is pretty good to me. Their $18 million in cash on hand should buy them some time before business really starts to get going with this new demand for their product. And they could always raise capital too now if the stock price becomes too parabolic, like NEO and Tesla have done recently with their recent share offering. So I'd love to hear what you smart investors have to say in the comments below. Is this a bubble starting to form, or is this the next big thing? I have a feeling we're going to see the stock run up in price and then have a significant sell-off. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you found this video useful. I try to make videos on a wide variety of topics, from growth stocks, dividend stocks, ARK Invest holdings. So always do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for educational purposes only. Just because I talk about a stock doesn't necessarily mean it's a buy, and vice versa as well. So I'll catch you guys next time.